All right, you all. This is going to be video two within what we're watching today. So I hope you enjoy. Yeah. And let me put this browser back on. Boom. Here we go. So this is the Board 8 Yacht Club, 8, the other side, and Codas. Everything you need to know by the Defiant. All right. They are, hold on, let me get back over here. Yeah, they are a wonderful, wonderful team. We follow them for a little bit. They only have 114,000 subscribers, and yeah, I believe they have some links. So when you come here, you can come and check it out, watch it, peep them. You know how it is. I do want to see. Actually, let's go to the other side. Let's go to yuga.com and the other side. Let's see what these websites look like real quick before we. Oh man, that's pretty dope. So this is Yuga Labs. This is just their website. So they ain't got nothing really here. Okay, and then we have, what is it? Enter the other side. So you just like, can you join? Like, is there stuff to do, or like, do I have to like purchase using ApeCoin? Okay, come as you are. So like, are these the? I guess these are the projects that are like partnered in with him. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They have like an SDK, so I guess you could like build on the project, but I don't think you can really do anything unless you have a NFT. Probably an other deed. You buy one. No, they're sold out for sure. I remember the gas was like outrageous. So yeah, you have to go to the. Oh my goodness, OpenSea is updated a lot. I'll do like this interface. Man, it costs like what minimum bid, top bid? Nah, buy now. What do we have now? You can buy now. So the only one you could buy right now is 2.84. That's pretty expensive. That's pretty cool though. I do like that. Yeah, the floor. All right, let's watch the video. Oh, he is a board ape. I forgot.
How you doing? Welcome to this extra special D-bag edition of the Defiant. Check it.
Hey, it's okay, man. We still love you.
Man's got a scorpion on his back, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Cool scorpion on the back.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's talk silos, powerful containers of value, but limited by their side. The vast majority of crypto communities are silos, powerful, yes, but limited by.
What did he just put in there? He just put apples, full oranges. What is that other stuff? He just put it on top.
By their ability to reach the level
It's like, oh no.
of universality that defines mega success. And if you think I'm turning that on, you got another thing coming. Let's get rid of that. Now,
I'm so glad
there are clear examples
I was gonna be scared if he cut that thing on, man. Like, what the heck was he gonna? What was that gonna be?
of projects that have managed to transcend their boundaries, becoming a layer above the silos, connecting them together, feeding off their energy, and becoming the most powerful forces in the cryptoverse. I call them meta-communities, communities of communities. And if you want a good example of one, think Binance. That, for me, is the preeminent example. And if we're to
Yeah, Binance is pretty cool. But that's just because like they're like a like I guess they're like a CEX, so they're like a central exchange for crypto, and then that exchange is built, or yeah, the transactions are built on the Binance network, and it's mostly centralized, but it's still their blockchain, which is that's pretty cool. They build like they have their own ecosystem, their own NFTs, their own all that, and it's an EVM, so that you can trade between Ethereum and them, and it's supposed to act as like a personal layer for their ecosystem, which is I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I think they were like one of the first teams to do that. I know there's Polygon or Matic now, and there are a lot of projects that are built on top of Matic. And there are some things that I'm wanting to build for the crypto space as well. So that's what the whole Taco Labs thing is about. But enough about me. I'm gonna get back into this thing and see what he has to say about the whole Bored Ape Venture Metaverse thing.
Understand the ambitions of Yuga Labs with the other side, coders and ApeCoin, of course, then this is where we must start. The other side as a meta community to unite an entire menagerie of other NFT communities, with Ape, the liquidity layer powering commerce, gameplay, and social intercourse, and bundled with it, a mysterious new creature, the coder. You want a deep dive? Well, this is it. This is the Defiant. So let's get the important stuff out of the way first. What is the other side? Well, this is Yuga Labs' big metaverse play. Now, they raised $450 million at a $4 billion valuation in a round led by A16Z. And no, that is not chump change. That's Billy Big Balls money. And it's there to fund an aggressive breakout move from the silo of the Bored Ape Yacht Club to something much, much bigger and much more meta. Now, that level of funding indicates a staggering level of confidence in Yuga. Confidence that can only be earned through repeated excellence of execution, as well as, of course, extraordinary profitability. In fact, aside from the bizarre left-field neo-Nazi narratives, some clunky merch sales, and the offensive kamikaze headbands on the dogs, they've barely put narratives, some clunky merch sales, and the offensive kamikaze headbands on the dogs, they've done very repeated excellence of execution, as well as, of course, extraordinary profitability. In fact, aside from the bizarre left-field neo
This is crazy. So they low-key made like a I don't know how I feel about that. That's a great. This is crazy. So hold on. Let's make a journal. I'm making a journal of things we need to talk about, man. Look into. So we got first thing. We got the Bored Ape Yacht Club equal neo. Excuse me, Nazis? Question mark. Do we need to do like a research thing on that? Because that'd be pretty dope. So they have that.
Nazi
And then
narrative, some clunky.
So apes on update on Coinbase Commerce issue with today's drop. Those who submitted multiple payments on a single order or received a late payment or no payment message when in fact your payment went through will be fronted in full, including all transaction fees.
Merch sales and the offensive kamikaze headbands on the dog.
So then they released the Bored Ape Kennel Club and they have kamikaze headbands. What is up with that? So they have their main logo is people are claiming it is similar to neo-Nazi. That's wild. And the Kennel Club has what? They said the offensive kamikaze headband. That is, I don't know how I feel about that.
Dogs, they've barely put a foot wrong. And aside from Artifact, I can't think of a team that has executed.
We have Artifact, RTFKT. Do we need to look them up too? Well, they're not connected to Bored Ape, but
as well so consistently. Now, it's easy to forget when Bored Apes launched, CryptoPunks were the talk of the town, the big sales, the social media flex.
Yeah, I remember that.
But then something weird happened. Celebrities started buying apes. Siri signed them. They delivered serums, mutants, a treasure hunt, and then the ApeCoin DAO delivered the token. And now, a year later, here we are. Is your crypto sitting idle without earning you any passive income? On Nexo, you can maximize the value of your crypto app. The next 0.5 car collateral PR. Secure Nexo $1 million subnets empower enterprises. Spirax collateral thanks to the auto-yielding experience with imagination, not community. We believe shape Spirax.io to start earning today. So here's the Yuga website. They say shaping Web3 through storytelling, experiences, and community. We believe that the potential of Web3 can be realized when we start with imagination, not limitations. No borders, no rulers, just people making cool shit together. In the Yugaverse, fans and players are owners and creators, and in the game of Web3, everyone can create and play together on one team. I kind of feel like we've heard that before, right? But let's see where this goes.
A lot of, I guess, teams market themselves as being able to do this and are capable of providing a product on this level. And
so this is
the point. Not a lot of them are able to do that, and it sucks.
Point at which we meet the great paradox of Yuga's success to date. And we should say Yuga as opposed to Bored Apes. Now, as apes themselves worship the up-only floor, the project increasingly rises beyond the reach of all but the elite and those who can afford it. The NFT represents membership. Those without are not included. Okay, so release a second collection at a lower price point. The mutants, those get bought up, the floor rises out of reach, and we have the same problem again. Okay, fine. Release a fungible token that retail can afford so they can be part of it too. Still not enough. Build a metaverse game where every NFT project is welcome. In fact, make it impossible for them to imagine not having a presence there. Okay, now maybe we're onto something here.
Now, for the other side, what I want to figure out is, does the SDK, is that what allows you to connect your collection? Or what? Do you have to have a deed? Because that would be a little annoying.
A meta community. And that is how you would.
They are making the metaverse for themselves, but
been big in this space. So here's what you need to know. The sale is coming up Saturday, the 30th of April, 12.
So this is a month ago. So we've already missed this. The OtherSide has already been launched. It's out. There were a few issues that happened with it. I believe they cover this issue in another video. We can watch that if you like. I may watch that and talk about it a little bit like I am now. But that would be something that we could work on.
12 p.m. Eastern. And the website you need is otherside.xyz. Yes, Z, not Z, American fools. But, and this is important, only those who went through the KYC on somethingisbrewing.xyz, only those will be allowed to participate. If you missed the window, then I'm sorry, it's too late, and you will have to wait for secondary.
So, do you have to KYC yourself now in order to mint? Because that's something to look into, I guess, to be, legally safe. Because I want to create my own NFTs, and have my own collection that I allow people to mint through. But if I'm not allowed to do that, I may just have my minting form only mint to Rarible and the NFT collections that the user themselves has created.
And who knows what's going to happen there. The mint itself
Bro, is he drinking bong water right now? Do you guys see this?
will be denominated in ApeCoin, which is one.
I'm sorry.
That has been surging of late when the rest of the market has been down. The mint itself will be a Dutch auction. Wrong! You know when he said, fuck doing expected things well, Yuga well and truly punked all the amateur sleuths by flipping the script.
I count 13,724 wallets with at least 610 ape coin, and not all these wallet owners having KYC'd. No way, no, we are not selling out during the initial wave and max 2 tokens per wallet.
Last night, no more Dutch auction. It's one fixed price of 305 ape, which is about 6,500 Biden coins. And anyone with a brain could have predicted the sale was going to be a massive gas frenzy if they left it as a pure Dutch auction. So now it's limited to 2 mint per wallet, boom, in the first phase. And Twitter sleuths estimate around 13,000 wallets have KYC'd and have enough ape, and with 55,000 other deeds, and yes, that is what you're minting, an other deed, it's unlikely to mint out in what they're calling the first wave. With wave 2, you'll be able to mint 4 NFTs, and it's expected that, well, it'll probably mint out in that wave. Apes gonna ape. And if you're wondering why 305 ape is the price, well, that's the Miami area code, and that is the home of the founders. Oh, and you know where else you might have seen it? Yeah. Now, if it wasn't already clear, nothing in this ecosystem is there by accident. Oh yeah, they also moved the sale back 12 hours, so if you're on the European side of the world, then that's going to mean a very early morning for you. Ah, shit.
Now, I didn't know Bored Ape was located in Florida. Because it's an American project right here now. No, I'm kidding.
Right, back to your scheduled program. Peace! Ape and mutant holders themselves will be able to claim an NFT for 21 days. Following the auction, no KYC required. What that NFT is, we still don't know. Important note here, do not fall for scammers trying to sell you whitelisted ETH addresses or linking you to fake websites. It's very simple. Turn off your DMs on Discord, only follow the official links there or on the official OtherSide Meta Twitter.
I'm still getting tweets from random bots saying buy this project. Like, get out, go away.
Twitter account. The other side has its own Discord channel and it is going to be chaos, so you will need your wits about you. But I hear you saying, what are you actually minting? Well, that's a very good question. So at this point, I've given you facts. But now we shall enter the weird and wonderful realm of speculation. So grab your tinfoil hat and let's see where it takes us.
This is the tinfoil hat that I will be wearing.
So the other side branding.
Where did they find this meme? This is the tin hat that I'll be wearing. Oh my god.
Features some kind of horned creature. And if you hear people.
Is this like a little sprite, like a little monster thing? I haven't really looked much into Bored Ape, so I guess they'll tell us, but I like this little guy.
Speculating about coders, that's what they mean, this creature. Okay. Now, it features heavily in the March OtherSide trailer, appearing when an ape drinks a bottle of glowing blue potion, pulling the primate into what is clearly the other side. So now, let us turn to the mythical leaked investor pitch deck for clues. A deck, by the way, that the founders themselves claimed was old and outdated. Okay. It's okay, Gordon. We believe you. We do. We really do. 90 slides were leaked, and to be honest, they're pretty fascinating, even if they are outdated. So slide 40 is where it gets interesting. A purpose, real stakes, shared goals, connections, and decisions that matter. A story to care about and participate in. What Yuga appear to have landed on is a crucial insight. Story is everything.
I agree. When creating a collection, so it needs to be story driven. So I'm going to write that down in my notes because this is something that I'm learning from this video. That, what is it? This is going to be my Bored Ape Yacht Club, Ape, and OtherSide notes. So something I'll start new, but I want to talk about these points when I get done with this video that I like. But I agree. A lot of projects, they just they create the NFT, or there is an NFT, which another rant maybe, but an NFT in it at the core is just a bit of data and how it's represented. To me, an NFT is like a document that is stored within a Mongo collection. And like the data object is normally in the form of JSON, the same as the data that it makes up the metadata for an NFT, and the various IDs are there to allow a user to search them within the collection, as well as providing, authorization on whether or not this individual is able to access the metadata or the URI or data, however it's being represented. They are allowed to, access that bit of data, and only if they are the owner of that NFT does that allow them to have access to the underlying code that operates with it. And most individuals just put an image on there. They're like, we have the Tiki Cup collection, right? I don't know if this is a real collection, but they just have like, this is the Tiki Cup collection. And the only thing they do is sell various Tiki Cups, and then like that's all they do. They have a Discord and a Twitter and everything, but ultimately the floor is going to go down just because there is no utility behind that NFT. And it doesn't even have to be like real utility. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to have it where I'm allowed to access certain sections on a website with this collection, or have a token, or just anything that is like tangible, or just a functionality like that's behind it. But like, even if you like, each NFT is like a character within this overall story, and then when you're like writing the story and as it progresses, you like add, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be like, your NFT, like stake, you can have it where it's like staked NFTs are eligible to be like a part of an animation or something along the lines of that. And like, you can allow the creator to, you know what I'm saying, have a story and add lore to your NFT. I think that would be pretty cool. But let's continue to see what they have, because I really enjoy the fact that there is now a lore within the Bored Ape Yacht Club, other than them just being an image. Because like, with them adding this metaverse, it allows them to do so much more. Like, they can look, if they have the metaverse as their game, they're allowed to do whatever they want to this game. But let's keep going.
The story is what matters.
Yes.
So many metaverse projects out there feel bland and boring because they're like films.
Yeah, they're like, also they're just like real estate or renting simulators
Made with no script, or even the paper that the script is written on. Sure, a lot of people can create beautiful renders or shoot in glorious 2.35 anamorphic, but without a story, it's meaningless.
Facts.
Instead, Yuga claims to recognize that while all NFT projects feel different or draw different personalities, the story is bigger. It's one we all participate in. A true metaverse is, in fact, a story engine. So here's where it gets fun. They call this not a metaverse, but the interoperable gaming metaverse, a meta RPG, although here it's spelled meta RG.
I fuck with this heavy. They're not a metaverse, they're a meta RPG. Oh my gosh, that is what says that is this. Is this the move? This is changing the game. They're like, hold up. We need to stop being a metaverse. We need to be the meta RPG. Whoever was in the board meeting for this right here, you need to give them a raise. That was good wording. Excuse me. We're building an interoperable gaming metaverse. I can't read today. Oh my goodness. I promise I can read.
GP. Whoops. Now let's head back to the team's Twitter AMA, and here you'll find their one-time obsession with MMORPGs, massively multiplayer online role-playing games. Role-playing games. Wander around a universe, trade items with other players, make friends, do stuff. I mean, yeah, it's for nerds, but it's kind of how so many people in crypto kind of found their first social experiences.
And
it's a big...
Let's be for real. A MMO is pretty much a metaverse, or an isolated metaverse. If I could play my character in any and every RPG, bet.
Big deal. Now, interoperability, as we know, and if you talk to anybody who's in games and everything else,
I wouldn't mind being level 1 with the awesome gear that I got from like another game. It just makes it more fun. It makes it more interesting. Yeah, I can choose to switch them over and use them, or not.
They'll tell you it's an almighty challenge, and nobody really quite knows.
Or it'd be cool if they allowed you to use them once you beat their game.
Knows how that is all going to work. But in this instance, what Yuga says they'll be doing is building an SDK for any other collection to deploy on. Now, it kind of sucks for collections that have already launched, but any new projects coming into this space will be able to optimize for that SDK at inception, dramatically reducing the tech debt involved in getting into the other side. Now, we still don't know what gameplay will be like in this meta RPG, but their ambition is for it to look amazing, and most likely it will involve fully fleshed out 3D characters, maybe in Unreal Engine, maybe in Unity, who knows.
So, does this mean, I guess, I might have to look in the SDK, because if you have to deploy a specific smart contract and mint to that contract in order to have access to the other side with your NFTs, I think it'd be interesting to see how you could implement that and allow users to create just even basic art. They'd probably be oversaturated. They just aggregated all NFTs into their program, but let's see.
And they will have had to solve the issue of creating 3D instances of their own IP.
Well, if they did with what VChat does, what is it? VRChat does, they have an SDK that allows you to build in Unity, and then you like use their world parameters and or I guess skeleton or however they have it for the 3D characters. You do the rigging and everything, but you add a specific plugin to the character, and that allows them to interact with the game.
Like apes and mutants to make that happen already. So open sourcing that development tool makes sense here. So you should understand the play here. An open world where all NFTs are welcome. Your dogs, your cats, your dinosaurs, your ape wives, everybody come play. You're all welcome. It's a massive block party. Okay. And it's an interoperability translation tool to allow existing communities with the skill and know-how to come and join that block party, built around a shared story experience.
I like
and
this.
Yes, once again, that's the sound of the cryptoverse giggling into their Doritos, agog at how dumb and idiotically optimistic that all sounds. But if you think about how you consume this space, how you feast on the drama, it really is like following a soap opera. Now here's the thing, if you are Yuga, you can't just build it and expect other people to come and plug in their story. You have to get the story started yourself. You need a catalyst. You need what we call an inciting incident.
Yeah, I agree. If you're trying to get people to use or use your product and come to you and like you, it's gonna be hard. You gotta give them a reason to like you.
And that's where coders come in.
Okay.
The Big Bang created a massive explosion of energy from which a great number of celestial creatures were born, shooting out in every direction. These celestials were unique and special, powered by the energy of creation itself.
Okay.
They could even cross through other dimensions as they continually expanded and danced through the universe. One by one, these celestials have exhausted the energy they were born with. As each lays down to rest, they transform into the stars, planets, and galaxies we see today. The problem? There aren't many Celestials left, and without their creational energy, the universe as we know it will collapse. Not all hope is lost. Should the right creature evolve, each Celestial carries the blueprints and instructions on how to jumpstart the universe into its next evolution. Luckily for us, one race of Celestials still remain, the Coders. The Coders have used their last remaining cosmic energy to birth a final microverse into our dimension. They have pulled the perfect candidates, apes, through our metaverse and dumped them into a strange new land.
So that is the story catalyst, a new land with a new character. And given how absurdly popular all BAYC properties have been till now, you can expect Coders, well, to be highly sought after. But how do you get one? Well, like all metaverse stories, it starts with a land sale. And that's what we're speculating this weekend sale is going to be. The deck details, and again, we have to stress this was leaked and not publicly acknowledged, so some of it might have changed as a result. But here we have 200,000 total land parcels launched through Animoca, of which half will be available in this first sale. 30,000 are going to be airdropped to existent mutant and ape holders, and the remaining 70,000 available in the Dutch auction, as long as you KYC'd and as long as you own ApeCoin. The land itself is what they're calling a paired NFT. It's not just a parcel, it comes paired with resources, rare artifacts, or if you're very lucky, a coder. More on that in a second. Here's some concept art for the resources, and you can kind of see that there's maybe a trippy resource in there, one of the most sought after ape traits, and it'll be interesting to see how many OG traits actually carry over into that collection. Now, there's clearly going to be different realms within the meta RPG. You can see a lava land and an ice land. And in this slide, there's a shadow land with slime as a resource, and that one is exclusively available to mutant owners. Okay. But what about those coders? So we know this, there's going to be 10,000 of them, or at least there were going to be 10,000 of them, distributed randomly among the land parcels. Now, given the hype around this project, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see those trading probably higher than mutants, to be honest, given the size of the supply. Now, in the trailer, the ape also drinks a magic potion, which summons the coder. So will we then see potions airdropped to ape holders like we did with serums? Will these grant access to the other side? Will they be the key to unlock a 3D version of your NFT? Who knows? Do you want more speculation? Well, 10KTF, the metaverse tailoring project that turns crafted blanks into garments branded with your PFP of choice, well, they caught the attention of Twitter sleuths when the same magic potion turned up in Wag Me Sam's shop. Are they connected?
Wag Me Sam.
Well, how could they not be?
Fucks with Wag Me Sam. That guy's pretty cool. That's going to be the dude where we all get our stuff from in the metaverse.
Metaverse, complete with resource-rich lands, is also going to need a marketplace. Now, if you think about OpenSea's...
So do you think they're going to make their own NFT marketplace? I think that would be really nice for them, so that way we as developers and users can trade directly in their ecosystem and not necessarily on what would be a third party at this point.
2.5% fee. That is money that Yuga Labs will not want to be going into anybody's pockets but their own. And think about how profitable they already are. That 2.5%, that's a huge amount of money. Now, it's highly likely that the marketplace for the resources and the items on the other side will be live and ready to trade the moment the land hits owners' wallets. But there is a question here. Why do we have to do KYC for the sale? Well, I think that's a question for lawyers, but undoubtedly it's probably better to have done so and play it safe than suffer the consequences down the line, not when the ambition is this great. Now, it's probably not too much of a reach to imagine a fiat on and off ramp for the marketplace as well a little bit further down the line. Now, I know Coinbase is launching a series of 3 ape interactive films in June, and they have all of that infrastructure already in place. But given the presence of Amy Wu on the ApeCoin Foundation's board, I wouldn't be surprised to see an FTX-powered trading mechanism. But again,
I think I was watching, or I was going through my subscriptions, and Asmongold did a video where apparently this ape show was canceled. I wonder if this was the one.
Again, I am just speculating. So what does all of this actually mean? Well, I track conversations through many Discord channels that aren't Bored Ape related, and the mood is, it's pretty despondent. The feeling is that this is just another opportunity for the rich to get richer, a game that normal citizens are simply priced out of. And in this case, this land sale, that's true. Yuga's ambition, however, and in fact the only way it can survive, is to open it up to any other project, to build a shared story world that any NFT project can join, no matter the size. So even the lowliest of PFPs could still be relevant and grow a community in the other side as long as they had the technical know-how to actually get themselves there. And then they could benefit from all the other footfall there. We grow together. But you know, we've heard this before, haven't we? Blah, blah, blahing sandbox land, blah, blah, voxel characters, blah, blah, blah. Well, none of it matters if nobody's playing. What Yuga's betting on is that they understand how to put on the best party, to create the best story, and that their milkshake will be enough to bring all the boys to the yard. Far from this being a threat to other communities, this could be in fact a massive opportunity, but it all hinges on that SDK. And this is why I think the Lava Labs acquisition was probably far more about Meebits that are basically built to do exactly this, to be simple to use in any metaverse, than it ever was about Punks, as big a flex as that was.
Okay, so one thing that bothers me about the metaverse is the fact that there doesn't need to be scarcity on land. Like, they should just allow people to make deeds and build on them with whatever project that they want, and then just allow the main like NFT collection, like in items, be what is scarce, and then sell that. Because as long as there's like infinite land that you can, like, more people can build, and if there's more projects that build on there, there are more. I feel like that provides more layers of scarcity, which instead of creating a finite layer of scarcity. But maybe I'm wrong.
So, for the entrepreneurial, this will be an opportunity to build probably entire businesses leveraging the collective power of this story world and the collective wealth of the ape community. Yuga promises it will look amazing and play amazing. That's a lot to promise, and the world of gaming, well, they demand a lot. And they're risking it all on this move. If they pull it off, then this is probably the moment that Yuga Labs becomes the Ethereum of NFTs, drawing other communities to them, free to run their own economies, but plugging into the broader story world too. Okay. But maybe it will be a massive flop, and the whole ape economic reality will collapse into dust. Massive, live, multiplayer online experiences require a level of networking skill and capacity that fries my tiny little mind. Much to consider. Whatever happens, this weekend we have front row seats, and it should be box office. From the edge of reality, this was The Defiant.
All right, yeah, that was a really good video. I really hope that they allow, they just like open up. I just need them to open up the amount of people who can like build. They can build on pretty much the other side or any other platform. I am looking at their SDK. I wish I could just get a peep into what the SDK is. Just because I don't really want to type in my email and or apply in order to utilize it. But if I have to, I have to. It's pretty cool. They have a lot of land parcels. So I guess they're only using OpenSea right now. It would be cool to see if they use something like Rarible to create their own marketplace. But I think OpenSea would be fine for now. I know OpenSea is making their own SDK to allow you to build on top of their network. But I would just build on Rarible since it already pulls OpenSea's information, which makes it pretty easy. But yeah, that was a really good video. They brought my attention to a lot of information that I did not know. So one, I didn't know that people were saying that the Bored Ape Yacht Club logo look like the, I guess, like a neo-Nazi logo or a Nazi logo patch. That right there blew my mind because even though I don't want to say there were similarities, they did bring up the whole T thing, and the design does look a little similar, but it still looks pretty fresh. But I kind of wish they were able to have looked at that a little bit before, so that you know this kind of impression wouldn't be placed on new users. Um, as well as what is it? They said that they had like the kamikaze headband on the dogs. Yeah, like someone on the team should have vetted that. Or, I mean, maybe they were just making a statement saying, like, we're going to do what we're going to do and we don't care. Or maybe they just thought it looked cool and didn't really even think about it. I mean, there could have been many different reasons why it happened, but it's out there. Um, So they said the SDK is going to allow your collection to, I guess, be built on top of the other side. And I do plan on registering to have access to the SDK. Um, I would like to potentially build something that allows users to have easy access to that, um, to the like API behind that, the development tools that are there. Depending on how useful they are, if you are able to deploy specific contracts for the other side, I plan on making probably making a web page to allow you to do that with ease. I am working on creating a NFT minting form to allow you to produce NFTs to like Ethereum, Polygon, Terra, Flow, and Solana. Mostly because you need to be able to make your own content and have your own work wherever you in your hand, I guess. And I feel like being forced to only use, I guess, one network and one system, if that system crashes and fails you, then you're potentially, stuck. And I don't know how I really feel about that. Um, it doesn't seem Rarible has added Solana to the website to allow people to build on top of that. Well, I mean, to mint there. Um, let's see, make sure. Yeah, one more. If once they add one more, once they add that capability, I'm going to allow individuals to mint to Solana. I may go ahead and work on that form on stream a little bit later, but that is something that I'll have to see. Um, what else do we have here? Oh, they have a video on the other side hangover. I guess that was